Education is kind of like the great education race. We're all expected to end up at the same point, but children come in at different starting points. So some children come in with a really strong background and they're that much closer to the finish line. And some students are, 100 miles behind the starting line, but they still have to end up at the same point.
I'll have children that come to me that know all their letters and all their sounds, and I have some children that start that don't even know alphabet letters in their name.
And they say the first 5 years are the most important, that you're really laying down the foundation for future learning, and it's true.
I will have kids that have learned in my classroom that will go on and do great things. They're going to be lawyers, and they're going to be doctors, and they're going to be teachers and zookeepers and vets, and they're going to do great things. But the foundations of their learning came from my classroom.
On ABCmouse, my children are learning their letters, their sounds. They're learning to read. They're doing math problems. They're learning social studies and science. They're learning about the world.
They learned so much from ABCmouse, and it wasn't just the letters of the alphabet. It was a whole world of learning.
I've never seen so many different areas of academic information in one website.
The really good thing about ABCmouse is that it does cover all subject areas, which I love. You might find places on the internet that emphasize the ABCs or emphasize numbers, but there's social studies, there's science, there's music, there's art. So we're covering all our bases here, including writing.
For everything that I'm doing in the classroom, I can find an activity on ABCmouse that goes with what I'm doing in my pacing guide.
ABCmouse is the first website that I have found that has everything I need all in one website. I've always had to use 20 websites, and now I can just use one.
Kids absolutely love this website, and you can see it in their eyes. They get so excited, and they share it with their neighbor, and they say, look at this, you gotta try this.
It's the only site that I've used in my classroom that I can honestly say that I've heard them talking about even when they're not on it.
My students are just so excited about everything they're doing every day, and ABCmouse has hugely impacted that. They come to school sometimes hungry, sometimes, they maybe haven't had dinner the night before, but they're here ready to learn.
Everybody starts somewhere. We all got to start somewhere. And so that's what I like about ABCmouse is that they know it does not matter where you are, they have something geared for that kid.
It has different levels that the kids can get on, and they don't all have to be learning the same thing. If a child already knows their alphabet, it's time for them to move on to another skill.
It allows me to reach every single child at one time on a different level. It provides differentiated instruction, all within our computer lab time, within our classroom time.
With this program, abcmouse.com, the children can start out at whatever level they're at that moment, and they can move on. It keeps challenging them.
ABCmouse is very instinctive or intuitive for not only students, but for the teacher. So it's only become easier as time goes on to push in a lesson or change my lessons for each student. It's very teacher-friendly. I love it.
Teachers don't have a lot of free time. I don't have time to sit on a website and search for the things I need. But with ABCmouse, everything's there in front of me, and it's very easy to use. My daughter is 8 years old, and she can come in and teach my class how to use abcmouse.com.
When they go into a computer lab, all they have to do is find the avatar for ABCmouse under favorites. They can log on, go in, and they're right there.
It showed in my scores at the end of the year. This class was very high, and every single one of them who goes to kindergarten next year is ready, 100% ready. And I know the only thing different that I used this year was ABCmouse.
We use an assessment called DIBELS, which is from the University of Oregon. It measures their phonological awareness, their command of letters and sounds, and reading words. This year, my children are off the charts. In fact, the computer kept telling me as I was entering their scores this spring that that wasn't a valid score. They most likely couldn't have scored that high for this age. But it was child after child after child that kept having a high score.
our test scores have gone up tremendously, particularly with the reading, the literacy scores, because that's where we focus on in kindergarten, is in the reading.
This is the first year that I've been using ABCmouse, and it's the first year that I do not have a child that is below grade level. Students are tested on specific phonemic letter sounds, awareness, and also reading, and all of my DIBELS scores have gone up since the beginning of the school year. Every child is proficient or above. It's the first time that it's ever happened in my 13 years teaching.
I think that every educator will see positive results. And I don't know of another program other than ABCmouse.com that I would be able to say that about. I think that you'll be able to see concrete results.
We have 85% of our children on free lunch. So a lot of them are underprivileged. And here in ABCmouse, they can have everything they want. It's a dream world for them.
This is something I can say for sure that I plan on using it, and I am going to use, and it's going to be a part of my classroom. And for the, not just next year, but the year after that, and the year after that.
ABCmouse is a real tool that I hope I can use for the rest of my teaching career. I hope it never goes away. I was looking for that perfect website, and I found it with ABCmouse.